What goes on, guys? We're back here again with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the very anticipated figure, for me personally, of the Build-A-Figure Ursa Major from the new Ironman wave. I cannot believe that I finally found this wave, finally have it, finally built the bear. The Build-A-Bear wave was definitely the best wave of Marvel Legends so far of the year, for me at least. I cannot believe I have an Ursa Major. I think the wave is very strong for the most part. I say that, but then I'm looking at the box and I only really wanted two figures out of the wave. But, you know, I think for what it was awesome. I mean, he makes the whole wave for me. The fact that we got an Ursa Major in Marvel Legends is amazing, amazing. It's the first time being ever in a figure. 3 3/4 inch, everything. So I'm very happy to have this guy. There's no packaging to talk about. He is the Build-A-Figure of the wave. He snapped together really easily. The only build problem that I would like to mention is the overlay piece on the back can kind of be a little finicky, kind of falls out a little bit easier than I would wish or hope it would, but it's not the end of the world. So it works good enough for what it is. Going over who comes with what, let's go ahead and take a look here. Here's everybody that it comes in the wave. So Ironman modular armor does not come with anybody. The left arm comes with Guardsman. The left leg comes with Stealth Suit Iron Man. The body, like torso and back and whatever, comes with Dark Star. The right leg comes with Ironheart. Or no, the right leg comes with Ironheart. The head comes with the hologram Iron Man, and then the right arm comes with Ultron. So if I mess that up, there it is again, just in case. But yeah, so I guess let's just jump right into it. Taking a look at this guy, the sculpt is phenomenal on him. Phenomenal. There's fur everywhere. I would also like to mention that he is not another reuse, which would be the third reuse of the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. He is brand new, all new sculpt. For better or for worse, there's some parts that I think the Sasquatch body did better, like the knees. That's pretty much all we got for the knees. They're only single jointed on Ursa Major here, but they were double jointed on Sasquatch, but that's honestly not that big a deal for me. So taking a look at that head, you know, it's angrier than the average bear. You know what I mean? It is a bear head sculpt, and I think it looks fantastic. The teeth and slight gum are painted there, but if you pop off the head, the tongue is a separate insert piece, so it looks very clean. I'm a big fan of when they do things like that. That looks great. I love the black around the eyes because it's the only part that you see the black. So that works really nice with the whited out eyes. I think that looks great. I'm a huge fan of this head sculpt. I'm just noticing I got a little like glue on his nose, but it's not that big a deal. I didn't even notice it until looking at it through the camera. Going through the rest of the body, the sculpt looks great. There's a nice darker brown wash under where it needs to be. So like in the legs, under the pecs, things like that. On the arms, they even put a little bit on the back, which is nice. I think a little bit in the spinal column would have been kind of nice, but not completely necessary. Going down on the hands, you get this dry brush on the claws, which is super, super cool. I'm a big fan of that. And then going down to the toesies, they also get that same light brown dry brush to make it look more claw-like. So that's awesome. I'm a big fan of this. I think this works really nice for Ursa Major. This is an awesome figure. But I think the main reason people want him is to finally finish a team. So going over our Ursa Major's articulation just before we go over the size comparisons between the rest of the team, he does not look up at all, which is a little bit of a bummer. I wish they did something a little bit different with that, but he doesn't look up at all. He doesn't really turn side to side. He turns a little bit, but not a crazy amount. And then you get a swivel, and he looks down, so not the greatest head movement. Shoulders, without popping them out. That hasn't happened before. It's the first. What the hell? So the shoulders, why is this not staying in now? I don't know. Shoulders move upwards that much without falling out. They move down. Rotate 360. Biceps swivel. Single jointed elbow that meets just a little bit more than 90, whatever. Rotates at the elbow, so the bicep and the tricep is like a floating piece. Then the wrists hinge, which are a little bit ugly, but not terrible. And swivel. The diaphragm joint, he'll crunch forward only that much, which leaves like this weird like lump on his back, which I'm not a huge fan of. Same with the front, but he's got that bare belly, so that's okay. He does pivot side to side really good, and he rotates, so that's good movement all around. I'm okay with that. The hips move outwards, just about almost splits. Down, they kick forward all the way, which is really, really nice. Back, not at all. Thigh swivel, single jointed knees that do not rotate, and then the ankles, which are a little loose on mine, move up, down, and pivot. So the articulation for a giant bear man is really good. I gotta say, I'm happy with it. I wish the head moved up a little bit more, but other than that, I think it's what it needs to be. So without further ado, let's check them all out together. Thought I'd throw a little family portrait here together, but it is so awesome to finally have the Winter Guard. I love the color palette between them all. Other than Darkstar, they all have very similar, like reddish, brownish color scheme together, and Darkstar sticks out, but not in a bad way. I think this looks fantastic together. I went outside and took some pictures of these guys, like, doing their thing, being anti-heroes, fighting for Mother Russia. I love it. I really, really do. I'm so happy to have this team together. And they scale good together. I would like a more classic Crimson Dynamo where he's a little bit smaller so that Ursa Major is the big guy of the team. But I honestly don't see a problem with this Crimson Dynamo because that figure is really good. So I'm fine with this. I think they look great together. I'm very happy to have them together. But I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's an amazing thing to finally have these figures together at last and build a good, not finished, but good Winter Guard team. So, as always, it's time to ask that question. Yo, Ant, what are you thinking of this figure? And I don't think it's going to be any surprise to say that this is my favorite Marvel Legends of the year so far. Is it fair to count a Build-A-Figure? Debatable, but I'm counting it, and it's my favorite figure, Marvel Legends-wise, of the year. It is perfect for Ursa Major. I'm a little slightly annoyed that the single-jointed knees, first of all, are single-jointed, but that they're also not pinless, because the arms are single-jointed and they're pinless. It's not that big a deal, but it's just something that I thought I'd mention. Slightly annoying, but the paintwork on this guy, the sculpt, the articulation, is all really well done on this figure. So I gotta say, I'm very happy with it. If I was to rate him, I'd probably give him a 9.5 out of 10. He's damn near perfect and a figure that I've wanted for a long time. And a little off topic, but really bummed that we didn't get to see him in Black Widow. I was not a very big fan of Black Widow. I think it was not that great of a movie. If you'd like to talk about in the comments why I don't think that, I'd love to talk about it civilly, please and thank you, but I don't really think it was that good of a movie, and I hated that they hinted at the whole Winter Guard and didn't show them. Like, that sucks to me. I would have really liked to see them, especially with David Arbor posting a picture of him in the Red Guardian suit and adding names of the characters. Like, what? Why would you do that if they weren't going to be in the movie? I don't know. I know there's probably going to be future projects with the Winter Guard in there. Kevin Feige's talked about it, and I'm so here for it. But Black Widow was disappointing for that and a couple other reasons. But like I said, if you'd like to talk about why I don't think Black Widow is that great of a movie, then please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But for this figure, 9.5. I love it. But I think that's all I got for today. So if you haven't already, please like this video. It is greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think of Ursa Major. What was your favorite figure in the wave? My favorite figure in the wave was probably Ironheart, if I'm not allowed to count the Build-A. It's definitely Ironheart. She turned out great. But if I could count the Build-A-Figure, then it would be Ursa Major. But that's all I got for today. So like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram at Zach Toys for some more awesome pictures that I took of these guys. I really went all out with these guys, so some love and appreciation would be really grateful on the Instagram. But that's all I got for today. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.